Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you were there? Or maybe you found yourself searching for your glasses only to realize they were on your head the whole time? If that sounds familiar, don't worry. You're not alone. Moments like these happen to all of us, especially as we get a little older. But here's the truth. While memory lapses might feel like an inevitable part of aging, there are actually things you can do, simple, daily things, that can help keep your mind sharp and your memory strong. Now, I'm not talking about doing puzzles all day or memorizing grocery lists for fun. I'm talking about real habits, small changes in your daily routine that can protect your brain and even improve your memory. You don't need a fancy gym, a complicated diet, or expensive supplements. What you need is consistency, a little intention, and a willingness to care for your brain the way you care for the rest of your body. So today, let's have a heart-to-heart, because you deserve to feel confident in your thoughts, your memories, and your ability to live life on your terms. Let's explore 5 daily habits that can help you avoid memory loss and keep that beautiful brain of yours as sharp as ever. Let's begin with one of the most powerful and most overlooked habits, moving your body. Not running marathons, not lifting weights at a gym, just moving. Gentle, consistent movement has an incredible effect on brain health. When you move your body, you increase blood flow. And blood flow means oxygen, fuel for your brain. Think about it this way. Your brain is like a garden, and your bloodstream is the water system. When the water flows freely, the garden thrives. But if that flow slows down or dries up, things start to wither. Daily movement keeps that flow going strong, nourishing the brain and keeping it alive, alert, and growing. You don't need to do anything fancy. A 20-minute walk in the morning, light stretches while you wait for your coffee to brew, even dancing in the kitchen while you cook dinner counts. The goal is to move in a way that feels good without strain or stress. And if you're thinking, it's too late for me to start now, I promise you, it's never too late. The brain is constantly adapting, learning, and responding to what we do. Give it movement, and it will thank you with better focus, better memory, and a brighter mood. Speaking of mood, let's talk about stress, or more importantly, how we respond to it. You might be surprised to hear that chronic stress is one of the biggest threats to your memory. When we're stressed, our bodies produce a hormone called cortisol. In small doses, cortisol is helpful, but when it sticks around, when we're worried every day, anxious every night, it becomes toxic, especially to the part of the brain that handles memory. So what's the habit here? It's building small moments of calm into your day. And I really mean small. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day where you pause, breathe deeply, and let your nervous system reset. Some people do this with quiet meditation, some with prayer, some with a peaceful walk outdoors. The method doesn't matter as much as the message. You are telling your brain you are safe, you are okay, you can rest. Try this with me right now, just for a moment. Take a deep breath in and slowly let it out. Again, in and out. Feel your shoulders drop? That's your body letting go of tension. Imagine doing this just a few minutes every day. Over time, that adds up. Less cortisol, more clarity. Less worry, more focus. Your brain can't thrive in chaos, but it can bloom in peace. Now, while we're on the topic of nourishment, let's not forget food. You've heard the saying, you are what you eat, right? Well, your brain is especially picky about what it's made of. What you feed it directly affects how it functions. One of the most powerful things you can do for your memory is to add more brain-friendly foods to your plate. Think colorful berries, leafy greens like spinach and kale, nuts, especially walnuts, and healthy fats like those found in olive oil and salmon. These foods are packed with antioxidants and omega-3 fatty acids, both of which are like super fuel for your brain. And here's the key. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. Don't worry about changing your entire diet overnight. Just add one brain-boosting food to your meals each day. A handful of blueberries with breakfast, a spinach salad at lunch, a drizzle of olive oil on your roasted vegetables. These tiny shifts can make a big difference over time. And let's be honest, they taste good too. I know food can feel like a sensitive topic. Some days we eat well, other days, well, let's just say the cookie jar wins. But this isn't about guilt. It's about giving your brain the best chance to serve you well, with focus, with clarity, and with memory that lasts. And as we talk about memory, I want to mention one more habit before we pause here, a habit that's simple, enjoyable, and might surprise you. It's staying socially connected. Yes, talking with others, laughing, sharing stories, listening. Every time you engage in conversation, your brain is working. It's remembering names, forming responses, recalling stories, processing emotion. It's one of the most natural and joyful ways to exercise your mind. Even if you're more of a quiet person, just one meaningful conversation a day can work wonders. Call an old friend, chat with your neighbor, talk to the cashier at the store. It all counts. And if you live alone, don't hesitate to reach out. Loneliness doesn't just affect your mood, it affects your memory too. So keep your brain curious, keep it connected, and give it reasons to keep reaching, thinking, and remembering. Now that we've explored a few powerful ways to care for your mind every day, Let's continue this journey and uncover even more simple habits that can help protect your memory and keep your brain strong for years to come. Now that we've looked at how movement, stress relief, brain-friendly foods, and social connection can make a real difference, let's keep going. Because when it comes to protecting your memory, there's one more habit that often gets overlooked, but it might be the most powerful of all. Let's talk about sleep. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I'm older now. I just don't sleep like I used to. And you're right. As we age, sleep patterns change. Maybe you wake up earlier or find it harder to fall asleep at night. But here's the thing. Sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It's your brain's maintenance time. Every night, while you sleep, your brain goes to work, organizing memories, cleaning out waste, and resetting itself for the next day. Without enough quality sleep, your brain gets clogged, like a sink that hasn't been cleared out. Information gets stuck, focus becomes foggy, and memory starts to slip. But when you get deep, restful sleep, it's like giving your brain a tune-up. Everything runs smoother. Now don't worry, you don't need a perfect 8 hours every single night. What matters more is creating a sleep that helps your body and brain wind down. That might mean turning off the TV or tablet 30 minutes earlier, maybe sipping a cup of warm chamomile tea instead of scrolling your phone in bed, or creating a calming bedtime ritual, like reading something light, listening to gentle music, or taking a few deep breaths. And yes, if you wake up in the middle of the night, that's okay. Try not to stress. Just lie quietly, breathe, and know that even resting in stillness has benefits. If you can get back to sleep, wonderful. If not, your body is still restoring in other ways. Sleep is a gift you can give yourself. A simple, free, healing gift. And your brain, especially your memory, will reward you for it every single day. Now let's take a moment to talk about something else that nourishes your brain. And it's something we don't always think of as mental exercise, but it absolutely is. It's learning something new. You see, your brain is like a muscle. The more you challenge it, the stronger it becomes. But I'm not talking about going back to school or studying textbooks. I'm talking about curiosity, trying something unfamiliar, giving your brain something fresh to explore. Maybe that means learning a few words in a new language. Maybe it's trying out a new recipe or picking up a hobby like painting, knitting, or gardening. Even reading a book that challenges you, something with a storyline that makes you think, can spark new connections in your brain. And don't underestimate the power of music. Listening to different genres, learning a new instrument, even humming along to a tune you haven't heard in years. All of that lights up areas of your brain responsible for memory, coordination, and emotion. It's not about becoming an expert. It's about staying engaged with the world around you, about reminding your brain, hey, we're still in the game. You'd be surprised how even small things, switching up your routine, trying a different route on your walk, doing a puzzle you've never tried, can keep your mind sharp and flexible. When you keep learning, you keep growing. And that growth? It's a powerful defense against memory decline. Now, as we move through these habits, let's pause and reflect, because I want you to know this. If you've noticed changes in your memory, that doesn't mean something's wrong with you. It means you're human. Aging is not about decline, it's about adapting. And every time you choose to move, to connect, to eat better, to sleep well, to try something new, you're sending your brain a message. I'm still here. I still care. And let me share something personal with you. I once met a woman in her late 70s who had started learning the guitar for the first time in her life. She wasn't trying to be a performer or impress anyone. She just said, I want to keep my fingers moving and my brain guessing what comes next. That simple habit gave her joy, focus, and a sense of purpose. And you could see it. She was glowing. That's the magic of staying curious. So whether you're 60, 70, or 90, don't let anyone tell you your mind is past its prime. You have so much wisdom, so much experience, and that is the perfect foundation for building new strength in your memory. Not by doing big, difficult things, but by doing small, consistent ones. As you go about your day, think about what your brain might enjoy. Is it a new crossword puzzle? A walk in a new park? A chat with someone you haven't spoken to in a while? Is it trying to remember lyrics to a song from your youth? Or maybe just turning off the noise for a moment and listening to the quiet? You don't need to rush. You don't need to master anything overnight. You just need to keep showing up for yourself. Gently, consistently, with care. Each of these habits, from movement to sleep to curiosity, work together. Like pieces of a puzzle, they fit to form a bigger picture of health, strength, and clarity. And when you make them a natural part of your life, your memory doesn't just survive, it thrives. Let's keep going, because there's one more daily habit I want to share with you, one that brings all of this together in a way that's simple, powerful, and truly joyful. One that brings all of this together in a way that's simple, powerful, and truly joyful. I'm talking about gratitude. Yes, gratitude. That quiet, steady practice of noticing what's good, even on ordinary days, even when things aren't perfect, especially when they aren't. Now, you might wonder, what does gratitude have to do with memory? Isn't it more about attitude or emotions? And sure, it is. But here's what most people don't realize. Practicing gratitude actually changes your brain. It improves your focus, reduces stress, and helps you recall positive experiences more easily. In short, it keeps your mind active in the best possible way. When you take time each day, just a few minutes, to pause and think about what you're thankful for, you're training your brain to pay attention, to reflect, and to connect meaning with memory. That's powerful. And no, it doesn't have to be something big. Some days your gratitude might be for a warm cup of coffee, or a neighbor who smiled at you, or a quiet moment in the sun. What matters is that you notice it, that you say, this is good, this matters. Some people like to write it down in a notebook, on a calendar, even just on a sticky note. Others say it out loud, maybe in the mirror or during a walk. However you do it, this small habit can calm your mind and sharpen your memory at the same time. In fact, studies have shown that older adults who regularly practice gratitude not only report better mood and sleep, they also perform better on memory tasks. It's like giving your brain a daily vitamin, but for your thoughts. And here's a beautiful bonus. Gratitude often leads to connection. When you feel grateful for someone, you're more likely to reach out, to say thank you, to smile, to share a kind word. And that simple act of reaching out, it keeps your social world alive and your heart open, both of which are powerful protectors of your mental health and memory. You see, everything we've talked about, movement, nutrition, connection, sleep, curiosity, and gratitude, it's all connected. These habits work together to support the most amazing machine you have, your mind. And not just in a technical way, but in a deeply human way. You don't need to do everything perfectly. No one does. But imagine the difference if you chose just one of these habits to practice each day, even just for 10 minutes. That's all it takes to send a signal to your brain. I'm still growing. I still care. I still want to remember what matters. And if you're someone who feels like memory is already slipping, please hear this. It's not too late. Your brain has an incredible capacity to adapt, even later in life. Small steps, repeated with care, can make a real difference. You are not powerless. You are not forgotten. You are still capable of growth. So today, maybe you take a walk and focus on your breath. Or you call an old friend just to hear their voice. Maybe you swap one sugary snack for a handful of nuts. Or maybe tonight you turn off the lights, lie back, and whisper to yourself 3 things you're grateful for. That's it. That's where it begins. And here's the thing. It's not just about avoiding memory loss. It's about building a life that feels clear, calm, and meaningful. A life where you feel present, where you can enjoy a story, remember a name, find your keys, and laugh at old memories. A life where you know that you're doing what you can to stay sharp, stay strong, and stay connected to the people and moments that matter. You've lived through so much. Joys, struggles, changes, growth. Your mind has carried the weight of decades. And it deserves your care now more than ever. So take a deep breath, be gentle with yourself, and remember, this isn't about being perfect, it's about being intentional. Each small habit is like a thread, and when you weave them together, you create something strong, beautiful, and lasting. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. What's one habit you'd like to start today? What's helped you stay mentally sharp and focused through the years? Let's share and learn from one another, because community is part of this journey too. If you found this helpful, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel, Comfort Corner, for more gentle guidance, uplifting ideas, and practical support for living well at every age. You deserve to feel sharp, steady, and seen. You deserve to wake up each day with the confidence that your mind is still working with you, not against you. And you can get there. One small habit at a time. Here's to living your best life with clarity, purpose, and peace, no matter your age.